Now that you are in a deep trance, we are going to give you a trigger, or reinforce it if you already have it. The trigger phrase is "I am a tail-growing kitsune." If you use this trigger phrase, you will undergo the transformation that you are about to experience again at whatever speed you want. Additionally, you will instantly turn back into a human if you use the reset phrase "I am not a tail-growing kitsune." Now your transformation will begin. First, feel a tingling sensation on your back. As it grows stronger, it builds up around the base of your spine, giving you a nice, slightly blissful feeling. Curious as to the cause, you look at your back, and find that you have gained 2 very long and very wide tails. They are covered in the softest, fluffiest, and silkiest coat of white fur that you have ever seen. Then, you feel another tail starting to grow that is identical to the first 2. It's slow, but there's a strong, pleasant buzz of bliss that you enjoy as it grows. You can't help but feel a bit excited as it grows, enjoying the feeling as it finishes forming. Next, you feel another tail growing that looks just like the first 3, and the bliss becomes stronger, becoming so strong that it becomes a bit harder to think. As it does, you feel your other 3 tails brushing against you, calming you down a bit in the rising bliss of your growing tail. Before long, this tail also finishes growing. After that, you feel your 5th tail start to grow, it looking just like the other ones. With it, the bliss becomes so much stronger. All of this bliss feels exhilarating, and you can't help but become excited. As this 5th tail grows, you feel your teeth becoming sharper, just like the teeth of a fox. Not only that, but your ears change shape, becoming long, conical fox ears. You can move these ears around, finding that your hearing seems stronger wherever they are pointing. And that is not the only improvement to your senses as your eyes change, allowing your vision to seem clearer and your sight sharper. And with the changes to your senses being finished, your 5th tail also finishes. Now, your 6th tail is starting to grow. It makes the bliss become overwhelming, but not in a bad way. It takes all of your attention, making it so that you can only focus on the bliss, your mind wonderfully trapped within it. And as your 6th tail continues to grow, you feel a tingling sensation over your entire body as a coat of fur starts to grow, consuming any hair that you have as it does so. Just like the fur on your tails, it is pure white, and just as soft and fluffy. Feel the fur spreading across you as your mind is flooded with bliss. Feel how it starts at the base of your spine, spreading across your back and chest, flowing down your arms and legs to your hands and feet, then rising up your neck as it surrounds your head. And as it finishes growing on your head, so does the tip of your 6th tail finish growing. Next, your 7th tail begins to grow. Thinking is simply impossible as pure bliss is flowing through your veins. This feeling is strongest in your stomach, where you get an interesting feeling. It's like being hugged, with that hug being the most comforting thing you ever felt. The level of bliss combined with this feeling has another interesting effect on you. While it makes you feel more excited about the transformation, it also makes you feel calmer at the same time, letting you relax despite your excitement and bliss. And you feel these feelings being imparted on your personality as well, becoming more easily excited but calmer overall. You just float in this perfect, almost serene feeling for a bit until your tail finishes growing. And once it has, your 8th tail starts to grow. You feel calmer, and start to slip into a stronger trance even if you aren't in one already. You won't be any more suggestible than you had been, but your mind will go blank, and you will simply experience the overwhelming bliss of your 8th tail growing. And as this one grows, the color of your fur changes, going from pure white to red. However, the pure white isn't gone. All over your fur there are special marks. They are shaped like you want them to be shaped, while the outline stays pure white just like your fur used to be. As has happened with your previous tails, your 8th tail finishes growing, and your 9th one begins. As soon as it starts, your body is flooded with endless, overwhelming bliss. You are filled with as much bliss as you can possibly take as your final tail grows. It rushes through your body like water down a waterfall, too intense to allow for any rational thought. And then your 9th tail finishes growing, and the bliss slowly fades away. While you'll find that you enjoy the experience of your transformation very much, the bliss that you felt during it will not make you desire to undergo it again since it was so intense. Finally, the effects of this hypnosis file will become inactive if they are a risk to your physical body or your well-being, if they are a risk to your social or professional life, if there is an emergency that they would prevent you from dealing with to the best of your abilities, or if they are a risk to your mental health. Also, any effect of this hypnosis file that was an issue will become active again once it no longer will be one. Additionally, you will never find this hypnosis file or the effects of it to be even slightly addicting. Now you have been transformed into a kitsune, and in such a blissful way too. I wonder just how much you'll enjoy this new form. This session is almost over, so goodbye, my nine-tailed friend.